So here she is, my new Promaster in all her red glory. 2021, 136-inch wheelbase, 3500. This should be a fun project. The interior, a blank slate. Dave Sign Guy here, and today I thought I'd talk about a few of the projects I got going on. Oh yeah, that was a rough start to my morning. So obviously you could see one of my main new projects is a brand new Ram Promaster I just bought a couple weeks ago. I haven't really gotten to doing anything on it just yet because, as I said, it's brand new. But what it is a Ram Promaster, 136 wheelbase, high roof. It's a 3500, and I believe this is the first year they're doing the, let's try that again. I believe this is the first year that they're doing the 3500 in the 139 wheelbase, which means a much better suspension. One of the things I had the dealership do is put in a front end leveling kit. I'm doing a lot of tongue twisting here today. Put in a front end leveling kit, which brings the front end up 1.5 inches and levels the vehicle out pretty nice. Reasoning for that again is leveling the vehicle, but they're also, these vehicles are cargo vans. So the rear suspension is pretty stiff, which, you know, unless you're putting thousands of pounds of weight, 3,000-4,000 pounds of weight in the back end, they stay up pretty high. And I don't really want that raked feeling in the van. Plus, this will give me the opportunity to put all-terrain tires all around the vehicle. Having lifted the front end up a little bit gives those all-terrain tires a better clearance around the fender. Some of the things I'll be doing immediately will involve the exterior, which will be a max air fan, of course. I plan on doing a 12-volt rooftop air conditioner as well as solar. I really don't want to drill holes for electric or water into the body this time, so I'm going to come up with something a little different. We'll go over that at a later date. Windows, I'm going to put in 2 vented windows on the driver and passenger side. Factory style, so in the sliding door. What else? Running boards, front brush guard, you know, the little things that make it your vehicle, so to speak. So that's my big project, and it will be converted to a camper, obviously. The other project I had been working on was the gray Astro. And I've decided to go ahead and sell that midway through because, quite frankly, I love the van. I love Astros, but it's really, I guess I should have given it a little more foresight. It's not something my wife feels like she'll be comfortable in. Me, I like small spaces, even though I'm a big guy. She does not. So I figured, you know what, let's go a different direction. So that's up for sale on Craigslist. If you look in the New York area in Craigslist, you should see it there. It'll probably, hopefully it'll go pretty quick. I think I'm asking a reasonable price for it, but we'll see. So I've kind of put the kibosh on that, and I'm going to let that project go and use what money I get out of that for the interior of the new Promaster. So those are the 2 big ones. Now, let's talk about some of the things I got going on around in my shop. Nothing major, but just a few little things. So I bought 2 brand new Ender 3 3D printers. So the first one is this one here, and I did a build video on this one. This one I'm going to use as primarily my PLA 3D printer. And I've done a few mods to it, nothing major, just little things here and there. And of course, you know, did some 3D printed parts, the usual stuff. But as I said, this is going to be primarily my PLA 3D printer for basic plastic printing. These are very reasonable. I believe this was $269 when I purchased it on Creality's website. And I ended up buying a second one because what I realized is I really like printing nylon carbon fiber because it is so strong. But I modified this one a lot more than the other one because again, the printer itself is so cheap that you don't mind spending another 100, 200 or more to modify it. Now, one of the things you'll notice on this one right out the gate is I have actual linear rails. One of the reasons why I did that is because it's going into a heated chamber for printing that nylon material. And the wheels, I don't want them to get soft while printing in a heated chamber. So all the electronics, which are still sitting over here because I got to make an electronics box for it, but they'll all be outside the chamber. I don't want any of the electronics inside the chamber with the printer because they just don't need to be exposed to that constant 90 degree to 110 degree heat. But there has been other mods made to this. Again, all linear rails. And then, again, just some printed stuff. I did do the dual Z-axis. So just to help stabilize prints and stuff, was really easy to put on. And that's about it for this one. What parts I have printed on this so far have all been printed in Nylon X material. And again, because of the heat resistance, things like this little thing here, just so that I'm not dealing with any parts melting in when it's in the chamber printing. And here again, that I've mentioned in videos in the past, is my CR10, an original CR10. And this has been a workhorse. I have to say, I have nothing against these CR10s. They are really nice 3D printing machines. I would have gone CR10, but I really, for what I need, having one is enough because with the size of the print bed, most of my parts are much smaller than this print bed. So that's why I decided to go with the Ender 3. But this machine, I have even been printing nylon carbon fiber on it right here where it sits. But it's better to do it in a chamber. Your parts will come out far better. So yeah, this has been a workhorse. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of it or not. I've thought about going ahead and getting rid of it once I'm done setting up the other two printers, but you can't go wrong with the Creality printers. I don't have experience in any other printer, so I can't speak to those. But for my own basic use as a novice 3D printer, these have been, to me, fairly easy to set up and run. So yeah, great, great printer. So this is the heated chamber I was talking about. And it will help keep your prints, especially your nylon carbon fiber prints, at a constant temperature. This was like $90 on Amazon. I almost went and built one myself, but I figured this was the smarter way to go for the money, because a sheet of plywood would have cost me about $80 to $90, not including the labor and time to build it. And this has already got a fire retardant setup inside, which is also pretty crucial. When I use this, I'll be putting it in the middle of my shop just in case when I leave at night, if something happens, it really shouldn't catch anything else on fire. Not that I expect that. So inside, I have a little mini dehumidifier, which basically uses those little pellets. And what's nice about this dehumidifier is all you gotta do is plug it in and it dries it right back out again. And a little mini heater, which I can set really low with the fan and just, get it right around 85, 90 degrees at a constant, maybe, 100, and which should really make my prints a lot better. Now this is designed for a CR10 or bigger. And even though I'm putting my little Ender 3, I wanted plenty of room within the chamber so I don't have to deal with any problems as far as space when printing. And like I said, it's all lined with fiber retardant material, just for safety's sake. If I'd have made it out of plywood, I would have had to find something that was fire retardant. And this is just, in my point of view, a much better way to go. So hopefully this will improve my carbon nylon prints by leaps and bounds. Now, you probably can't tell very much here, but this is one of the last little projects I'm working on for here inside the shop. And this is going to be a camera track or camera, I don't know what they call them, but basically it'll hang from the ceiling right up there between those LED lights, and it'll run about 12 feet long, and it'll be basically a track made of plywood. And then when this is done, this will be in the shape of like a scissor. And let's see if I can kind of give you an idea. It'll sit kind of like that. This will be the top portion, which will sit like that. So if I pull back, you can already see that will hang from the ceiling. And on this end will be a little platform that'll hold either my iPhone camera or a light. And on this end, this carriage, I can pull it over here, will mount to it. There we go, and pull back. This carriage will mount to it and basically ride up and down the track that I still have yet to make on the ceiling. So also I still have to cut the portion that goes here that will hold these up there. So that goes right there. Or actually I have to make a plate so that it can pivot right there. And then again, I'll have a plate that comes off of this section here, which will hold either a light, camera, iPhone, you know, a couple different things. And that will allow it hopefully to run back and forth up here so that I'm not having to hold a camera all the time. And it gives me more maneuverability to film while I'm around my shop, or light up a little area if I'm working on a project. Just to make filming or producing these videos just a little easier. Because quite frankly, I got a lot of respect for people who do this, you know, put out a video once, twice, 3 times a week, or even every day. I mean, the time it takes to edit a video and get it up online, even a short one, it can be a little while, and that's tough. It's not an easy job. People who can actually make some money doing it, I got a lot of respect for those folks, but it is fun, and if I tried to do it on a daily basis, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much. So, but I hope you guys enjoy what little videos I do put out. I try to put out at least one a month, which isn't much. I should be trying to get one a week, but you know, this is a place of business as well, and sometimes it's just not always that easy to get a video produced. Okay, so that was just a short video to hopefully catch you up briefly on where I'm at in the shop. I'll try to get better at making more of these videos. I've actually been kind of busy with actual jobs to get done in here, which that's what supports the hobbies. So you kind of got to get that work done. Hopefully I can actually, like I said, put out some more videos for you all. And I really appreciate the positive and I guess some of the negative feedback, as long as it's constructive. So yeah. This is Dave the Sign Guy, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Have a safe and good day, and try not to bounce off the asphalt like I do. Anyway, have a good one.